watching Fox 10 Phoenix. Now.
Fire crews gearing up to battle a new threat in California as changing weather conditions this morning raise the risk that new flames could erupt.
Yeah, this as firefighters work to boost the containment lines on the Palisades, Eaton, and Hearst fires. Right now, they are focusing on extinguishing some of those remaining hot spots before those dangerous Santa Ana winds are expected to strengthen early this week. Today and tomorrow expected to be some of the windiest that we've seen. The National Weather Service has issued a red flag warning through Wednesday. Now this comes as crews searching the burn areas are recovering more victims who died in the flames. Meanwhile, neighbors are banding together, creating donation drop-offs, and churches are opening their doors to those who lost their congregations in the fire.
You can't just sit around when people are in pain. You have to get up and do something.
The church is not a building. The church is the people, and the church can worship anywhere.
And sadly, we are learning that the death toll from those fires has grown. At least 24 people have now been confirmed killed, and more than a dozen are still missing. Over 40,000 acres have burned, and more than 12,000 structures have been destroyed in those fires.
Here in Arizona, we are stepping up here in a big way to help many people impacted by the wildfires, including being home to tonight's Monday night NFC wildcard game.
So Danielle Miller is live from State Farm Stadium in Glendale with more on the preparations. Good morning, Danielle.
Well, good morning. State Farm Stadium will be the home to the LA Rams tonight as they take on the Minnesota Vikings. All of this because of those devastating wildfires that are happening. Everybody stepping up to make sure that the game can still be played as they continue to fight that fire there in California. So the local stadium crews, they went from not having to worry about any type of postseason play to now being very busy over the weekend. They were quickly painting the field with blue and gold and LA Rams logos and putting up Rams banners inside and outside of the venue here. And the team shop is now filled with Rams gear. The Cardinals have also been helping the Rams get ready for the big game, in addition to opening up the Tempe headquarters to their division rivals to practice on Saturday and Sunday. The Cardinals also sent 2 Boeing 777 planes to pick up the team, staff, and their families. That was more than 300 people and 8 pets. The decision to move the game to Glendale was made last week. That is when the NFL, it says that the move was made in interest of public safety. The Rams team president says public safety leaders in LA County expressed doubts about whether they could adequately staff the game, even if conditions at SoFi Stadium were playable. This will be the first time that a postseason game has been played at a neutral site during the Super Bowl era. However, Arizona has a history of hosting displaced teams during the regular season. A game between the Chargers and Dolphins was moved to Sun Devil Stadium in Tempe. That happened back in 2003 because of a wildfire. And State Farm Stadium also hosted some of the San Francisco 49ers regular season games. That happened back in 2020 when COVID restrictions in California kept them from playing games in their home stadium. So as we know, during game day, it can be very busy around State Farm Stadium. So something to look out for. Kickoff is at 6 p.m. We'll send it back to you guys.
Danielle, thank you. California getting more help from Arizona here. Heber Overguard Fire District deploying a crew. The Wildland crew responding with its new Type 3 brush truck. And here's a look at it right here. They join crews with the Arizona Department of Forestry, who were already deployed to Southern California, as well as teams from Phoenix Fire Department and Central Arizona Fire and Medical. Big thank you to those crews for making the trip out.
Yeah, for sure. And some Valley senior living communities stepping up to help those impacted by the wildfires in LA County as well. Several Kojir senior living facilities are offering up to 60 days of free housing for seniors whose homes were destroyed.
We knew that there was something else that we needed to do. So we organized as a team, and we decided that we can give up to 60 days of free rent to seniors who have been displaced from the fires. We realize that there's a huge need. We've seen people being displaced and watching those seniors being rolled out of some of their communities in wheelchairs, and we just want to help.
So many people stepping up to help. So if you know a senior who needs help, you can have them call the number. It's at the bottom of your screen. We've also put it on our website. Just head on over to Fox 10 Phoenix.
Yeah, it is heartbreaking when you take a look at some of the coverage there, especially those aerial images. You can also track the latest updates on the LA fires on our Fox 10 mobile app and fox10phoenix.com. And just a few minutes, we're speaking with a local brewery. We're going to take you inside. They're helping those impacted by the fires.
Well, switching gears to some stories a little bit closer to home this morning. At the Capitol, the Arizona legislature opens its 2025 sessions today when Governor Katie Hobbs delivers the State of the State address.
Lawmakers will first meet at noon to take the oath of office, cast their first votes. They will then break for the governor's speech. The governor's office says Hobbs' opening day address will lay out her plans for the session. This includes bringing opportunity, freedom, and security to Arizona. Her office also says the Democratic governor plans to highlight her work to lower costs, keep communities safe, secure the border, and grow Arizona's economy.
Before the session begins, Republican lawmakers are planning to hold a news conference to outline their 2025 plan. With a narrow control of the House and Senate, the GO plan focuses on 3 pillars: securing cities and borders, housing availability and economic growth, and energy independence and election security. The State of the State address will take place at 2 p.m. and of course you can watch everything right here on fox10phoenix.com or our Fox local app.
Impacts of the Los Angeles wildfires being felt right here in the valley.
Yeah, there have been some reports of people panic buying some household items like laundry detergent and, again, with the toilet paper. We spoke with ASU professor Gene Schellner, who was in LA when those fires first broke out, witnessing the devastation firsthand. But he says the reason Valley grocery stores are lacking certain products is a result of companies reallocating. Valley shoppers were told stores missed shipments this past week because of those fires, bringing back old feelings that changed the way some people shop.
But I do stock up. I say probably a month's worth of groceries I keep all the time.
I think maybe the lesson for all of us is to be prepared that this can happen, whether it's this kind of a natural disaster or something else, and we need to prepare for it.
So the good news is Dr. Schellner does not expect some long-term impacts. We've reached out to some of the major Valley grocery store corporations for more on what those reallocations could look like in the coming weeks. And of course, as soon as we hear back, we'll share that information with you.
An ASU booster looking to support wildfire victims in California as well as inspire others to do the same. Booster Rudy Burgos knows how good it feels when people rally around you in a time of need. He lost his beloved wife, Catherine, in November, and the Sun Devils football team was quick to support him in a special moment after practice one day, as you see right here. Now Rudy wants to rally around others suffering from loss after the Los Angeles County fires by giving away his wife's wardrobe.
Thinking about what to do with my wife's clothing since she passed, and I thought, she would like this. She would like for me to give her clothes to a worthy cause.
As people and organizations figure out how best to help those in California, Rudy is hoping there are others like him who can donate from here in the valley.
Well, fire crews are making progress on a large wildfire burning northeast of Payson here in Arizona. This is the Horton fire. It's been burning in the Tonto National Forest for nearly a month now. It has grown to more than 8,300 acres, but some good news to report. It is now 80% contained. Firefighters are mopping up some of the last remaining hot spots within the fire interior. Evacuation orders for nearby communities have also been downgraded from set to ready status.
We'll have more wildfire coverage for you later on today. Let's get to some other headlines at this hour. A hearing is now scheduled in the case against the suspects in the 2023 beating death of East Valley teenager Preston Lord. Oral arguments are scheduled to take place on several motions filed by defense attorneys for the 7 defendants. All have pled not guilty to several charges, including murder. The trial is currently scheduled to begin in late July. A Phoenix brewery giving back to those impacted by the deadly wildfires in California.
Yeah, it's so neat to see so many businesses, both in California and here across the country, stepping up. So Irene is live this morning at Huss Uptown with details on this. Good morning, Irene.
Good morning, guys. I mean, we just saw that footage of the wildfires, absolutely devastating, and a lot of people, businesses, seeing that from home, they want to do something and make a difference here in Arizona to our neighbors in California. So we're here with Heather this morning. Okay, tell us how this all started. Why did you guys decide to give back and make a difference to the people in California, firefighters fighting those wildfires?
We just felt helpless. We felt like our neighbors in California wanted to be able to help, talking about what we can do. And as a local business in Arizona, we wanted to give back to it. So we do beer, so we decided to give $2 of our Southwest Strong beer, which is a West Coast IPA. And so $2 of every single pint sold, we're going to be donating back.
And that's what you have over here, correct?
Yeah, we sure do. That's the Southwest Strong West Coast IPA. $2 of every pint is going to be donated. We have 4 locations people can go to, and we are very, very excited to be, not excited, but we're very happy to be able to contribute.
Yeah.
So.
And then you guys are no stranger to, we've done stories on you before, you like to give back to the community whenever you see anything. And this is not in Arizona, but what does it mean to you to be helping out those people in California? It's not that far away from us.
I think it makes you feel less helpless. Being a locally owned business, we know that our neighbors are very, very important to us. Community is important, family is important. And so this is just a way that we can do our thing to be able to help our neighbors in California. A lot of us have ties to people in California as well, so it just makes us feel like we can give back. Our employees are excited about it, our managers, and hopefully our guests are excited about it as well.
And what do people need to know as far as dates? So you just started a couple days ago, you're going until, what is it, the 25th? Any other restrictions or anything they need to know?
No restrictions at all. So $2 of every pint being donated to the California Firefighters Association. So through the 25th of January.
All right. And then what is that going to be like for you guys? I don't know if you have a certain fundraising goal, but when you get to that point, what is that going to mean to you to give back?
Very much. It's very, very exciting. We're excited to be able to do it, and it makes us feel like we're part of the community. So we hope you all come in and join us, have a pint, and be able to give back as well.
And what location are we at right now? This is the Uptown Phoenix location, correct?
It sure is. This is Uptown. We also have one in downtown Phoenix. We have Papago Brewing, which is in Mesa Riverview, and then we have our Tempe Tap Room, which is at our brewery in Tempe.
And it's going to be at all locations. People can come, they can get this give back $2. So if you guys have, when you've done fundraisers before, how much money do you generally raise? I don't imagine it depends depending on the fundraiser, but I imagine it's a good chunk though.
It definitely is, and it can range. It depends on what we're doing, but it can range from a couple $100s to a few $1,000s. So wow. I think any single bit helps. So please come, help support.
Yeah. All right, make sure that you check it out, and you can do that back up until the 25th. They're going to be giving that $2 back to the California Firefighters Association. We'll send it back to you guys.
Sounds like a win-win to me.
Absolutely. It's great to see that the communities are coming together to help so many of the families affected. Irene, thank you.